The latest developments from Operation Olive Branch. Turkish forces have halted pro-regime fighters with artillery fire as they attempted to enter Afrin in northwest Syria. On Monday, it was reported that the YPG had struck a deal with the Syrian regime to help it repel Turkish forces. Yet the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said that phone calls to his Russian and Iranian counterparts have thwarted the proposal. He also says that Turkey will lay siege to Afrin city centre in the coming days. Well, our Turkey political correspondent Hassan Abdullah joins us now from Kilis in southeastern Turkey. What more can you tell us from where you are?
Well, Turkey is continuing with its advance in Afrin, and over 60 villages have been captured. These are the villages that had initially been under the control of the YPG terrorist organization, and Turkey has now taken control of those. So basically we're talking about the strip along the Kilis province of Turkey that is now under the control of the Turkish-backed Free Syrian Army, and the terrorists who had been firing from that belt into Turkey have been pushed back. Now, it's pertinent to mention here that in the last 1 month alone, some 100 missiles were fired into Turkey that led to the deaths of some 7 people as well. And Turkey has cleared that belt, and the message from the Turkish side is that it will continue. Now, earlier we also hear that some groups that are associated and that are supporting the Assad regime, they tried to advance towards the Afrin center and they were repelled. Turkey fired warning shots. They turned around some 10 kilometers before the point they were trying to get to. And the message from President Erdogan is that Turkey will continue until all the objectives have been met, and this means neutralizing the threat to Turkey and also neutralizing the threat that is there to the territorial integrity of Syria itself.
So what are Turkey's wider plans for Afrin, though? It's just neutralizing that threat, or are there any plans thereafter?
Well, there are a few objectives that Turkey has very clearly defined. One of them, of course, is to, first of all, neutralize this threat. Now, in that context, over 1,700 terrorists have either been killed, injured, captured, or they have surrendered. And the second objective is for Turkey to provide a safe space to Syrians to return home. Now, as we know, over 3 million refugees are currently in Turkey. That places a huge strain on the Turkish economy as well. So that's another point. And the third point is that the autonomy some of these terrorist organizations like the YPG talk about, that poses a threat to the very territorial integrity of Syria itself. So Turkey is saying that if such terrorist organizations move ahead with their plans, then that could possibly have a fallout effect for Turkey as well. And Turkey is not going to allow that. Now, this is something that Turkey has raised with Moscow and with Washington as well. And initially, there had been some reports that the YPG was talking to the Russians, asking them to move in, but Turkey has made its position clear, and we understand that for now there is no such development.